your name, brother?
Gene.
Gene?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Northeast Philly.
Okay. And how old are you?
40.
40.
Yeah.
And you got any kids?
Yeah, I got 4 kids.
4 kids? Relationship with them or?
Nah, not too much. My oldest daughter, she's gonna be 21 in June. I haven't been in her life since she was 10, so about 11 years now. It's been like no relationship.
What's going on, y'all? Hopefully everybody doing good. Hopefully everybody having a good day. I hate that I gotta make this video. This is one of those videos that I absolutely hate I have to make. So Gene, those of y'all that have been on the channel, know Gene passed away this morning, earlier today. I just got off the phone with texting his mother just to get confirmation. Yeah, I'm extremely sad for his family, for his children, his daughters, his sons, for everybody. This is a sad situation. I literally remember the first time that I met Gene. He came up to me. He had just relapsed or just got to Kensington, you know, and he came up to me and said, look, I want to do an interview with you. I've been watching your channel for a little while. I like what you do. You seem like a decent guy, and wanted to do an interview. And that first day, we didn't get to do it. So the next time he seen me, he was like, hey, Frank, I really want to do an interview with you. I really want to do an interview. So we did an interview. And right away we clicked. Right away we got along. I could relate to him. He could relate to me. And I seen past his addiction, right? I seen to who was underneath that. And I got to know him. I got to know him well. I met his mother. I did an interview with him and his mother. You know, I never put it out. I actually had probably, about 5 or 10 interviews with Gene that I never put out. I got to meet his daughters, on social media, and they would check in on their dad through the channel. And then they'd message me, on Instagram and say, how's my dad doing? His one daughter messaged me last week, and I was in Florida last week, and she messaged me while I was out there and said, how's my dad doing? And I responded and I told her, honestly, he's not doing the best. And I was torn. I didn't know how to respond, right? I didn't want to lie to her. She's not a child. She's in her early 20s. I didn't want to lie to her. But I also didn't want to be 100% honest, if that makes any sense. Over the years, me and Gene, we built a very close friendship and a bond. When he would go into the hospital, I would go visit him. I've seen him at his lowest. He's cried on my shoulders. I was around him when different stuff happened to him. And for the past couple months, he's been restricted to a wheelchair because his legs had gotten so bad. And I just seen him on Tuesday. And mentally and psychologically, like, he wasn't there all the way, I could tell. His mind had started to deteriorate a little bit. And I messaged his mom and asked her, how's Gene doing? She told me he passed. They found him in his wheelchair. It wasn't an overdose. We think his body just gave out. They're going to be doing an autopsy. I hate this shit, man. I hate drugs. I hate addiction. I hate everything about it. I've lost so many people. That I've come to grow to like, grow to endear, grow to love. And not to mention my family, that I've lost. I think about his daughters. I think about his children, his son. I think about his mother. His mother loved that boy. His mother loved him like he was a newborn baby. You know what I mean? Gene's mother absolutely loved that kid. And it goes again to say, no amount of love can get somebody clean. No amount of love can keep somebody clean. If that was the case, the majority of people wouldn't die because, each addict that's out there in Kensington has a handful of people that love them to death or love them to life. I hate that I gotta make this fucking video. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate this shit. Gene has been like one of the last people that I've allowed myself to get close to in Kensington. I've known Gene for a couple years now. And I remember a couple months ago, we were talking, and Gene, the type of relationship we had, type of friendship we had, we always were brutally honest with each other. And the last time he got out of the hospital, I told him, I said, yo, winter's coming. I said, you're not going to make it this winter out here. And he said, I know that. He said, I got to get it together. I said, well, why did you leave the hospital? I'm grinding his ass up because he left the hospital. And his answer that he could give me, he said, I don't know why. He said, I'm an addict, Frank. You know that. He said, you know what this is like. And I said, I do know that, but, we can't use that as an excuse to throw the baby away with the bathwater or whatever it is. I just hate. I hate getting them calls and saying, yo, such and such is dead. Such and such overdose. Such and such got their leg amputated or their arm amputated. I hate that shit, man. Like, this shit is emotionally and mentally taxing and weighs a ton. I was just, like I said earlier in the video, I was just in Florida, and the people that I was in Florida with, they own big rehabs, and I was low-key speaking about him and showing his picture, trying to get him, a scholarship to the rehab, because I knew he wasn't going to make it much longer, and he knew that. He's not stupid by any stretch of the imagination. He's a realist. He knew. And I'm sure people that have seen his interviews or when he'd be on live, people were drawn to Gene. He had a good personality, He was a handsome man, well-spoken, intelligent. And I don't think he's seen what other people seen. He didn't see it himself. You know what I mean? People seen a lot of potential in him. I seen a lot of potential in him. He didn't see it in himself. So, you know, pray for his mother, pray for his children. I don't even know what to say. You know, like literally, I was having a great day. I went to the federal prison today, spoke. It was literally like up there with one of my top 5 times that I've spoken, and everything went perfect. Got some good news on the phone just before, and then I get this news. And I was actually going to I was going to meet Rachel and the kids at a Halloween parade. And as I was driving, I was like, I don't even want to be around nobody. I'm tired of this shit. I hate addiction. I hate drugs. I hate everything about it. That's it, y'all. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. Matter of fact, the way I look at addiction, the way I explain it when I go to speak to kids in school, it's like you have a big glass of sand, right? And it's at the edge of a table. And it's to the point, it's so close to the edge of the table where you know if somebody bumps the table, it's going to end up falling and the glass is going to break and the sand is going to go all over the place, right? And I tell people, that's addiction, right? And when we mess with addiction, that's us knocking that cup over, that glass. And when we mess with addiction, that's us knocking that glass full of sand over. And us trying to get clean is putting that glass back together, right? And then trying to put all the sand back in there and not getting cut and injured in the process. That's addiction. That's how I break it down to the kids in the school. So it's so much easier when we see that glass at the edge of the table, push it into the inside of the table, right? So we don't have to worry about cutting ourselves when we try to pick up the mess that it causes. It's easier said than done. I thank y'all. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. And me and Rachel got a podcast coming soon. So stay tuned, y'all. I thank you. Please pray for Gene's mom, his children, and his family, and himself. Stay blessed, y'all. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. Stay blessed.